This lady helped the gender to pay Lobola. Is it even something that is acceptable, something that we are used to?
When someone has started something from scratch and it actually goes to that level where it's recognized internationally and he's making a lot of money. Joa ungampani.
Piano doesn't brand the artist very well. You know, we end up knowing
stuff.
Iculo more than the artist.
What's good? What's poppin', ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? So welcome to another exciting episode of the best podcast in South Africa. We call it Dot Trends Podcast. Big shout out. Well, my name is Real Makivano. They call me Abotiwama TK. The superstars are in the building. Look, Klezi is not in the building today, but we got you. We got you. Can I tell you before you even go for your introduction or anything?
Ouch. Okay.
The last time I spoke to the gents,
Yeah.
they were in Melville. Today coming here, they're based in Sandton.
Nobody
That's
knows.
what I like.
Nobody knows this yet. Nobody knows this yet. But we're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
First of all, Klezi P, I'm so disappointed in you.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm sending divorce papers straight away.
You can't.
Where is she?
That lady is a chef on this show. We can't guess yet.
So clearly we're not eating today. So how am I supposed to keep you in my house if you don't eat?
Nah, we are. Best believe.
I'm joking. What's happening, good people? This is your guy, one and only boy, Denisha, the levitator with the triple F for fresh fly as well as fashionable. And yes, Makivana did say it. Today we have the gents in the building. So it's a all boys house today.
Yeah, today it's a men's conference.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I want to be part of the men's conference, but take it away.
Introduce yourselves.
My name is Lincoln, Lincoln Liss, and should I say what I do?
Listen, say everything,
I
Chief.
should say everything, okay?
And you
cool.
can't even be shy. You've been here. This is
I'm
home.
not shy. I'm not even shy, but just didn't know what to say and how far to take it. But yeah, my name is Lincoln Liss, and I do a lot, guys. I'm a creative, and I'm an entrepreneur too. So yeah, that's Lincoln for you.
Sure. I have a lot to say about you, but go through with the introduction first.
Hi guys, I'm Don, known as Don Villa. I'm an entrepreneur, and I like being behind the scenes.
Today you are on the scene. How does it feel?
I was about to say that because the last time he was behind the scene. So today when we met, I'm like, Chief, at what point are you going to come to Dot Trends Podcast? Are you perhaps maybe waiting for an invitation? Or Lincoln Liz didn't tell you that this is home. What's happening?
What was the answer?
Nah, he's going to answer now. I didn't want his answer.
So now we're gonna get
I needed the answer now.
Let's get it.
Guys, no, bengmeli invitation, bafethu. Bengmeli invitation.
It is the invitation. There's nothing else, right?
Niyokuphela nje. Mara ngikhona fandaka bo.
Yeah.
Chief, this is home. You can never wait for an invitation.
Yeah.
If there's anything in this world, this is home.
Yeah.
This is home, especially for gents like you guys that are doing absolutely amazing. We just want to make sure that in the process of, talking shit, having an amazing time, we also profile Black excellence. So next time you do not wait for an invitation. If there's something bigger that is happening in your life, you call me, you call him, we organize, and then we do the
for
things.
sure.
Okay.
Listen, just walk in. Don't call. Just
Hey.
ask what's happening. Just walk in. Just walk in.
Singaka.
All right, Lincoln, let's start with you. How was life after the last time people got to see you on Dot Trends?
A lot has actually happened in my life, honestly speaking. I feel like I've been taking a lot of risks since the last time Ngila, now I understand. So
Yeah.
I've been dabbling in a lot of things. And I've like put a pause on some of the things that I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of like entrepreneurial spun more than entertainment. You get what I mean? Because that's more sustainable. I understand that, because when it comes to entertainment, sometimes you just have to wait for opportunities to come to you, or you have to wait for someone to call you. But sometimes it's gate kept. You know, you remember we spoke about this the last time.
Yeah.
Sometimes it wasn't those gate kept. So, you know, rather work on something that I have full control of, which is the entrepreneurial side, where I start a business and how people buy is determined by e-marketing and the sales that I'm pushing. You get what I mean? As opposed to the entertainment. So what I would say is, yes, I'm still pushing content. And I am still pushing modeling span. Recently we got a gig with Stefano.
Yeah.
Big shout out.
Big shout out to them. It's an Italian brand. And there's a lot that's coming, but in terms of the entrepreneurial side, I'm pushing, man. Billion is growing, and Build and Evolve is growing. Build and Evolve is about fitness and self-improvement, and I've been getting quite a lot of following on TikTok, and yeah, a lot of exciting stuff. But what I like about everything is the fact that I have full control of what's happening. You know, I don't have to wait for anyone. So everything that you see that is happening in my life right now it's all me.
I wanted to say that, right? Because we're in an era where no one will do it for you. You gotta do it for yourself. You gotta do it for yourself, whether you like it or not. If entertainment is your thing, entrepreneurship within the entertainment space is the way to go. Let all this, gigs be flowers on top of the solid foundation. I love it. Brother, what's happening in your life?
Guys, like he said, entrepreneurial stuff. I like that more than the entertainment, because of it's behind the scenes and everything is based on the effort you put in. It's not based on who has to open the door for you, Partly it is, but at the end of the day, if you have value and you need that value, it's an exchange. You give me money, I give you the value. It's not about, I like this guy, so I'm going to put him on, you know. So I've been also working on my clothing brand, THA. Yeah, we currently wearing that.
Big shout out.
What does THA mean?
The human animal.
Ooh.
It's sure. It's sure.
Yeah, so it's been about entrepreneurship. Since then, nothing else, just locked in.
You guys are models. I also want to hear you guys saying, right now we're also dating models, things are happening, like entrepreneurship, it's given. I know, I personally know that you guys are pushing against all the odds.
Yeah.
But I want the juicy stuff as well to say. You see that model that we saw on that ad? I got that girl.
All right,
boy.
so as I'm talking right now, everybody on screen is looking at your pictures. So now everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. All right, before we get into the serious business, I just want to play a quick game of smash or pass, but I feel like adding kill as well.
Okay, let's
Smash, kill, or pass.
Yeah, let's kill people. I'm in the mood to kill people.
All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Oh, okay. Smash, kill, or pass. Boity. Wait.
Okay.
Boity, Pearl Tusi, as well as Amanda Dupont.
Smash Boity. Who's the second one?
Pearl
Tusi. Pass Pearl.
There's no
Kill
pass. Oh,
Amanda
you're passing.
Dupont. Yeah.
And then you are killing who?
Amanda Dupont.
Why are we killing Amanda?
I've been exposed to her work, but her personality is not giving.
Not giving in what way?
Nah, man, she's an industry girl, formal, everything is by the book. And sometimes if you are in the entertainment space, give people a little bit of a personality. Do you get what I mean?
I mean, if you've been reading the blogs and the headlines, you'd be knowing that, for the most part, after the industry, she has been doing a lot of things. She was engaged, didn't go through with it.
It didn't go well.
She got into a relationship.
Yeah, Majority
Didn't
is
go-
a Beyonce, man.
you know.
Honorable man.
So she has like a little bit of something happening.
But no. Over the years, let's talk over the years. She's never given me a personality on social media. It's only the Amanda Diponta that we know on TV acting, which is absolutely fine. But for me, I want a little bit of charisma, a little bit of personality, because then people that support you can, get to know you better. They can tap into your world, because if you have personality, most likely you're going to share some of other stuff that people can relate to apart from just acting. And for me, she hasn't been giving me that. So I'll kill her. Boity, have you seen her pictures? Let's go.
So for everybody that's been asking me questions, how can I get into Gift's DMs? At least now I got you guys the answers you've been looking for.
Peaches and cream, if you want to get into my DM. Rule number 1.
Brother. All right, smash, kill, or pass, done. We have... Give me the hot people.
Hard people in the industry at this point in time.
I'm going to put Tyler in. It's going to be unfair, though.
Yeah, Tyler,
Yeah.
doing well. Naledi, also cute and doing well, even though she has a stinky attitude.
Don't be
who
giving
else?
reasons. Just give names.
Who else? I gave you 2. Damn. Come up with the third one.
Tuli Pongol.
Tuli Pongolo. Yeah.
Smash Tyler.
Oof. Anytime.
Unaledi angimazi, so I'm gonna kill. And then truly I'm gonna pass.
He's happy that you're killing that lady.
Really.
Yeah.
You are accounting for yourself.
As
there.
angimazi unaledi. Angimazi.
Naledi, this is the girl who Chris Brown sampled her song. Ever since then, she's been popping. Currently sitting with 1.2 million followers on TikTok. So that's the girl.
That girl from KZN.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
that's the girl.
Okay.
That's the girl.
Are we still killing her?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you add influencers go smash kill and
No.
pass? Okay.
Personal preference.
Okay. So we're there. Really. All right. Let's see who we are killing this time.
Okay, let's see.
The same names.
No, we need more.
We need
Uncle
more.
Waffles.
Uncle Waffles. Uncle.
Kamampela.
Kamompela.
2.
Who else? Buntle Smith.
Jessica. I want to add Jessica Mashaba.
Jessica Mashaba.
I don't know Jessica's.
Okay,
Please add someone I know.
She's an influencer.
She is an influencer.
Yeah,
and
she's
now
an
a
influencer,
DJ.
but doing absolutely
I don't
amazing.
know.
Based in Cape Town, I think.
Yeah.
But she's killing the game because she's
Buntle
flying
Smith?
influencers from Josie
I don't know.
to Cape
Buntle
Town.
Smith is who?
She's
Pretty ugly's hand.
Buntle
that's what they
Smith,
say.
Arie Sante, from that song.
Oh, guys, I don't know a lot of celebrities and influencers. Man.
She has
I'm
big
locked
bums.
in.
It was. Wait, I think
She has big bums.
Yeah, she has big bums. Okay, what about
But I
the big
don't know.
bums?
But I don't know her. That's the thing.
Okay,
So I
okay,
can't really say. So I need someone I know so that I can.
So Kamompela, Uncle Waffles.
Waffles.
Someone that is famous. Because
Honestly-
for me to know you, you have to be very famous. Because I'm not locked in like that. Yeah.
I can't
right.
go. I can't go with Bobby Cooper on this one.
Yeah, Bobby Cooper is also the girl.
Candice Mudisele.
Candice Mudisele as well.
Yeah.
Actually,
So-
I feel like you were supposed to give us the options.
Now let's go for Candice. So we have Uncle Waffles, Candice Mudisele,
and
and
Kamompela.
Kamompela.
So
Yeah.
there's no Mary. It's just smash, pass, and kill.
Yeah.
There's no Marine.
I think the smash part is obvious for me. I'm gonna smash Uncle Waffles. That's a guarantee.
Big shout out, she's the girl.
And when it comes to passing, I think I'll pass Candice and I'll kill Ukamu. I don't know what it is about Kamu, but I'm not attracted to her. She's a beautiful hun, but I'm just not. She's not my spec.
It makes
Yeah.
sense. You couldn't shot her, but be careful about Uncle Waffles because I'm actually like Sasa and date later.
Yeah, but I need to be smashing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
But
it's
I'm just
smash-
putting it out there because
yeah.
Ona let's high one day, she can entertain Dawn tomorrow she can entertain
you
you.
know that?
Is this an
How do you
assumption?
know that? I don't know about this. How do you know that?
Into yaziwayo le.
As is she before
Hey,
they
and I
sue
hope
us.
this is not gonna come back and haunt us when we meet these people.
Oh, it will.
It's when I link in, you said you're gonna kill me.
It was justifiable.
What do you have for us today?
All right. So let's get into it.
Yeah.
I want us to talk about Gogo Skhotheni. What you told me earlier, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. So she married herself because she assisted in paying for Lobola.
A good one. What do you gents think? Because this lady helped the gent to pay Lobola. Is it even something that is, acceptable, something that we are used to add? What do you guys think about that?
I think the problem iqala mase i-announce-iwa kuma-media.
Yeah.
Because kudala bo-uncle bethu nabo-timer bethu babancedisa ngokubhadala lo, but we don't know, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So the problem is now announcing it on the media because of now it will make the gent look like he's useless.
Yeah.
Yabona, like what kind of value does he have? And manje nabadala, if we still have like those strict old people within families, they wouldn't accept it. Ukuthi hawu wena kanjani ubhadalelwe umkhwenyana ilobola. Doesn't make sense. So nah.
What about you, brother?
Okay, so adding to what Don said, I feel like it's something that has been happening, honestly speaking.
Yeah.
It's something that has been happening, but it's things that happen behind closed doors. Like seeing publicized, but these people are public figures. So as izinto vele ngabo zophuma, maybe via someone that is not happy with the way izinto zibambela ngakhona and whatnot. And what I think is, as long as the intention is there, yes, isinto siyahlonishwa, but as long as the intention ukuthi amshade beyikhona, you understand? And if the person wants to do it at that time, but the funds are not there, but the other person has the funds, then why not? Because also what I'm thinking is we're living in times where people have joint accounts. You understand? And when we together, like we have one account.
Yeah.
So imali mase ihlangene akusena ukuthi ekabani. You understand? I was like, I'm taking the money, even though the lady is the one that brings in more. You understand? So I'm just taking what I can take, and we're doing the right thing, which is something that we both want. So I don't see anything wrong with it.
I have a question for y'all, but we'll come back. Let's hear your opinion.
Do you see anything wrong with it first?
Absolutely.
Why?
For me, it's a thing of, look, what happens in the dark will always come into light, right?
it in the dark,
So really, if the gent was so pressed at that time, I think the conversation could have been, let's give it a little bit of time. Let me make my own money. Or I don't know, maybe it might be my pride, right? But for me, I always believe in making sure that I do stuff for myself because I don't want the next person to be saying stuff about me tomorrow. So in this situation, I felt like he could have waited. I mean, he's in a space where obviously money is guaranteed. He's popular, right? There are gigs there and there that are gonna come in. And the popularity, it's on another level. The girl has over close to 1 million followers as well. So clearly, it's a guaranteed type of situation. It's just a matter of, working extremely hard and obviously the money will come in, right? So for me, I felt like he could have waited, made his money, because then we wouldn't be sitting here today because we are looking at him and we're like, weak boss. You are so weak.
All right, you are looking at him saying that. I, on the other hand, I don't see absolutely nothing wrong with this, right? Mainly because, marriage or love is like water. You pour into me and I pour into you. So we are both in this thing. And when it comes to Lobola, we're bringing two families together. I'm not saying my family is coming to your family, but we are bringing both of them together because we are together. So if the wife or the girlfriend or the fiance, which is a girl, is the one to take out Lobola, there's nothing wrong with that. Actually, I feel like that is more romantic.
That's bullshit though.
It's not bullshit. It's romantic. It's romantic.
Bullshit.
It's not in that sense. It's not like I agree with it, but I don't see anything wrong with it. You understand? Because if the intentions are there, because I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
What you should have waited, but until when?
Yeah.
Like you want to do it now, but the money's not there, and the other person that you're doing this thing with has the money,
My thing is, you know,
and she wants it too.
in our generation, there's nothing special about marriage, guys. If we're being honest, I mean,
everything
whether
special
you
about
wait,
marriage.
whether it happens now, in our generation, a lot is happening in relationships before you get into marriage. So, marriage for me, it's the last thing. We all know what's happening in our relationships. Come on, guys.
Okay, but look,
Let's be realistic.
No, but ngiyayizwa indaba yakho Magivano ukuthi manje you know, sometimes when we're in relationships we end up in arguments and stuff like that, and sometimes that's gonna come up. And a man's pride is something very fragile. Angithola, so I agree to a certain point with and manje the public knows. Yabo, if it was closed doors, then ungitshela ukuthi wena khona manje ngibhadale lobola.
Imali izophuma still mekakutshela kanjani.
Yeah, but manje cabanga umhlaba wonke uyazi manje.
Uzowazi. Angithi if you're a public figure then umhlaba uzocaba.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
ezinye izinto kumele zenzeke behind closed doors.
Yeah,
Angithola.
that I agree with.
So,
Ukuthi yenzeke behind closed
manje
doors because it's been happening this
mese
day.
kwazi umhlaba wonke. Cabanga, you know, cyberbullying is on another level nowadays.
Yeah,
Angithola.
but
so it's gonna just go on and I mean, we're sitting here discussing it now.
Sharp. But
You
we
get what I mean?
But we can change it if we want to. You know.
In what sense?
We can go back and say, "Ugcina ibhadala." Who has proof?
No one has proof, but the first statement is out. Everything else that is going to
Yeah,
come
but
up,
I think-
usually according to the public perspective, it's just excuses.
But
there's
I
the
put it
main
back.
story, and there's everything else that comes after the main story. After the main story, even if you can tell us, we're just going to say,
And then manje,
excuses,
remember
Chief.
digital footprint.
Yeah.
So manje sesiyazi sonke ukuthi uhafelwe lo. Noma ungayibhadala back ini kwelinye ilanga you're gonna go into, probably you wanna go into a new venture, maybe a business venture. So nje ukuthi nangu lo abambhadaleli lo.
Mara
bona.
manje, mara manje siningi izinto. Yabona, if life was like that, then life is already fucked up. It means when a mistake happens, it's chai with you.
It's
You
chai.
understand? No, it can't be like that.
That's the unfortunate part.
That's the unfortunate part, especially if you're a public figure.
Okay, can I just say this, right? You spoke about digital footprint. Now let's talk about the conference that we're in right now, which is a men's conference. Are we saying the footprint is, as a man, you're supposed to pay Lobola? If you don't pay Lobola, then we're not going to look at you the same ever again.
I mean, that's ngathi umthetho lo bekiwe. Angithola it's akusiyithi. Nathi sizalwe kunjalo. We were born into these set of rules. Angithola as a culture ukuthi mfethu indoda kumele ikhiphe inkomo engaka ukuthi ithathe umfazi imlethe endlini. You get what I mean? So we grew up with those rules. So if you can't do that and the woman is doing that on your behalf, already changes the perception of everything.
Okay,
You know?
but then we also went back and then we were like, back in the day, this happened. The only difference to now is that it's not happening in public. So if it happened then, people are aware that it's something that's happening. So I don't
It's not
think...
taboo.
Yeah.
It's not-
But mele uvale ihlazo lasendlini. Phela endlini mekunganashukela angeke nithi akunashukela. Sonke sesiyazi manje ukuthi hey lapha kuloya muzi there's no sugar.
Yabo.
Ngoba si kube into ethu ukuthi hey baby yazi shukela ukho namhlanje. Ah, it's fine baby. And then siphuma sihamba si right. Khalimela linyatho. Basho kanjalo ngithi. Hey.
Okay, I still disagree with what you guys are saying. I agree with you. I just disagree with you guys because I don't... To you, yes, he is weak. That's what you're saying. I don't think there's anything weak about it. Like we said, it happened back in the day. So it's something that has been happening. Probably something that is still happening right now with people that are in the entertainment industry. But because they didn't want to come out with it, people know nothing about it. So yeah, maybe the con with this whole thing is that people know about it. But I mean, there's nothing wrong with just coming together and just helping each other. It's Lobola. We bring a family together. And in as much as you're going to have a family together, you're going to define your own traditions. Sure, culture is set, it's there. But also in a household, you need to come up with traditions that you know work for you. Same thing as marriage. You know how you guys are financially and you're going to do things based on how you guys combined are going to go.
Never. Wait up until you are financially stable and you pay Lobola for me, then in that way you are good. Let me tell you something, the unfortunate part. And look, we need to consider reality versus, you know, the glitz and glamour that comes with the entertainment industry, right? The glitz and glamour, yes, Good. But the reality is, at the end of the day, people are still gonna talk. They are gonna talk, and a lot, even when the story is going closer to their direction, as opposed to obviously having the narrative or controlling the narrative of the story as the main character on that particular story. At this point in time, we all know the streets are talking. They like, nah, man.
Streets have been
Nah, man,
talking
you were
about
basically married in
Gogo
that,
Skhotheni.
and
It's not about-
it's fucked up when the person that you are marrying tends to overpower you in certain aspect from fame, money, and all that, because then they can always drive the narrative more than you.
So are you then saying that Gogo Skhotheni is the one with more money than him?
We all know she's a DJ. She has scammed a lot of people by
But do you
getting
know?
them into Twasa and all that shit. She has money. If we're being honest, she has money more than the gent, because also apart from that, she owns a club in Maboneng, right? So she has a whole lot of money. So she basically married herself.
But do you
and
know
that's
what
it.
he does?
Who? I know. Monde owns a Chisanyama type of situation somewhere in Joburg. Chisanyama and car wash, where you can bring your car while it's still being washed. You can buy that type of setup.
Yeah.
He owns that.
That's the only thing that you know. You
That's
don't
the
know-
only thing that I
You
know.
don't know about any other thing as well.
Unless if he's scamming people, I wouldn't know that. But yeah, it's a topic for another day.
Nobody's skimming anybody. If there's anybody skimming a person here, it's you and what you're saying right now. Okay. Okay, let's move. Let's move.
Let's move. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, in the spirit of talking about the entertainment industry, let's talk about MacG being axed from DSTV.
Yeah. Jens, do you want to start?
I think I do want to start it.
Okay, right.
Right. So I saw it coming, to be quite honest. Not with being in Fisel, I'm a big fan of MacG. Big fan, like big fan.
Yeah.
The fact that he started his own thing from ground up, big fan of that guy. So I saw it coming in a sense of, as the umuntu, when someone has started something from scratch, and it actually goes to that level where it's recognized internationally and he's making a lot of money. Jwa ungampani.
Yeah.
There's this thing, a trend with TikTok, guys from KZN, bati ungangbani. Like even this opportunity, Fade, I'm gonna take it. It's extra cash, it's change. Let me take that change and get in and do whatever I want. But it's like a guy who has actually worked on himself until he becomes that guy. Rich, good looking, smells good, body, everything. And then you are Han, and you are the most beautiful Han, yeah, for sure. You just want to come into that bro's life and tell him what to do. Like, who are you?
Yeah.
Like, how many options do I have for you to come to my life and tell me what to do?
True.
Unless you met me while I was on the ground and we did this thing together, then I can somehow listen to you when you tell me, you understand? But if in la, then I'm still gonna do what I want. So DSTV can't tell MacG, you can't do 1, 2, 3, you can't say 1, 2, 3. You can't. I have my own money, Joe. With or without you, I'm still winning.
True.
So I saw it coming. MacG has the comfort of doing what he wants to do. You understand? He's not gonna let it go because of DSTV.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
are we gonna ignore the fact that in as much as he was axed from DSTV, it was because of a particular reason?
What was the reason?
What was the
actually?
reason
Maybe
again?
I
For
don't
context.
have-
For
Yeah.
context.
We spoke about it, Minnie Dlamini, and
Yeah.
the comment that he made about Minnie Dlamini.
But that also goes back to the comfort of doing what I like.
Yeah.
I say what I want. I'm
Yeah.
used to it. So I can't just, because of an opportunity, now I have to. That's what made me. What made MacG is him sharing yonkinte sekanda like the way ngakon.
Yeah.
He became big because of that. So you can't take that away from him. It's like taking food away from him. Because uzo irrelevant yakizo pela and then what? Yes, TV is eventually gonna say, dog, you don't have no relevance anymore. So what's your value?
And
So
just-
either way, vele bezopela.
Yeah. And I think this thing is what we also covered in the beginning of the show, where we're speaking about how entertainment is gate capped. And when you're an entrepreneur, it's different because of, I have this value, you want this value, and then let's exchange. You get what I mean? So DSTV saw a value ga MacG, and they're like, okay, dude, we want your value in exchange of 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Yabo, but in Kinga, you can't tell someone who started something on their own ukuthi ayirane kanjani. Yangithola?
Absolutely.
So that's basically it. You know, MacG is made by these controversial opinions he shares. Yangithola, that's what makes his podcast so different because of akunama filter, akunakuthi is structured ngendlela ethize. You get what I mean?
He says what he wants.
So yeah, I think that's
Okay, but yeah, I still stand to be corrected on that.
Yeah.
But also, I do agree with what you're saying. When DSTV approached MacG, they knew exactly what MacG is all about. So in a sense, sure, this is a story because, yeah, things were said, people conducted themselves a certain way. But as DSTV, you were the one who approached MacG.
100%.
But then what happens if MacG is the one who approached DSTV? I'm just thinking.
I think they approach, because I remember the conversation very well, right? It started by them having a conversation on their show to say podcasts should be on TV. But then one thing that we also need to consider, right? This is a power war, because at the end of the day, you know, as much as their show or their shows, because they still have shows on DSTV, by the way.
The podcast,
Also, Minnie has dated there by DSTV.
Who has she dated there by DSTV? This is
Quinton,
I want to know.
Quinton was also working for DSTV. I stand to be corrected. He might still be there, but I know that he's worked there before, and there has been, you know, sub stories about Minnie Dlamini as well dating other people there by multi-choice.
Sorry, give
right?
me one last person.
We are exposed to Quinton because they were married. But then this was a power war. And the reason why I'm saying this, it is because as much as they cancelled MacG, right? Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. And I hate the fact that people always want to make opinion facts. There are facts, there are opinions. Opinions, anyone can literally share their own opinion. And you don't have to agree or disagree because it's just an opinion. It doesn't say it's a fact, right?
Yeah.
So for me, when I approached the story, I was like, okay, it's a thing of showing each other who has power, you know, based on their backgrounds and all that. But one thing that I love is that MacG still has shows on DSTV. Spreading Humors is under MacG, still on DSTV as well. Couple of shows, actually. They only cancelled Podcast and Chill, which is him and Sol Penduga.
I mean, at the same time, we're talking about two people that had to go at it like head to head. You know, Minnie had something to say about MacG. Now MacG has something to say about Minnie. But obviously, again, which is going to lead us to the next topic, it's different when a guy does something, but it's a totally different story when a girl does something.
Yeah.
This is just facts. I'm not trying to be biased in any way, but this is just
You are spot on.
something
You're spot
that
on.
is fact. But I mean, at the same time, is it a loss for MacG? It's definitely not a loss for MacG. But then at the same time, is it the power fight? I'm very interested. I'm going to do my research. I want to know who else she dated.
It's power. There's nothing else there.
But you said
If we're being honest.
I want to know who else you dated from DSTV.
Don't worry, that you're gonna get eventually. But yeah, she's dated a lot there by multi-choice, there by DSTV.
A lot.
Hence, you know, her gigs also are not drying
just
out.
give me one last name. I just need one last one.
Don't worry, we're gonna do a research and we're gonna give you those
Lots
names.
is crazy.
But she's dated a lot there. One thing that I can tell you, that building by Randbeck knows Minnie very well.
crazy.
Yeah, what the hell? What? Did you guys give him water? At least.
Let's continue. What's your job?
All right, let's talk about a very sad passing in the entertainment industry. Cobrizi. Presley.
Easy buffet too.
We all got shocking news that he passed earlier on this week. And it was very bittersweet because on DSTV, the show Cobrizi was just recently introduced. And obviously, everybody knows him from Tsotsi to The River. He's been absolutely amazing, amazing actor. But at the same time, why do we keep on losing actors? Because last year it was Connie, and now we are talking about another.
Who's Connie?
Connie Chomi.
Oh, Konichumi. Yeah.
Yes. And then now is this. But yeah, it's very bittersweet. That guy made TV bearable for the most part.
What are the experiences that you guys remember about other gent?
Tsotsi.
Tsotsi.
Hey, same here.
Yeah,
Tsotsi.
Tsotsi.
I
think there was a-
beautiful.
I think there's also a show on DSTV.
Yeah, the river.
The thing is, we don't watch TV, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
I
we all remember
from
him
Tsotsi.
from Tsotsi.
Well, yeah, I was very young during Sosi. I'm sorry.
I know that was
Yeah.
best performance.
Beautiful, dog.
Best
Beautiful.
performance.
I know that he stole a baby there. I don't really know what happened
Yeah,
after.
I think they won in an Oscar.
Yeah, they won
Yeah,
an Oscar.
that
that
was
was-
an international award. But I know him mostly from the river because he was good.
Well, it's The River, the show on DSTV.
He was really good. We got to see him from being the poor of the poorest to him making it and then dropping the ball like anybody would do in the outside world.
Yeah.
But out of everything, the acting that he possessed was just very powerful.
No, that's dope. But up until Musa Kaula posted about him, though,
What did Musa say?
in the difficult or rather the sad situation that we're facing, Musa had the balls to say, Oksala, he was a deadbeat father. He wasn't taking care of his child. and
I
all
saw that
Did you
on,
see
on
that?
social media.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah.
I saw a show where the baby mama,
Oh, yeah. What do they call that show from Moja Love? Where they fetch.
or something
Yes,
like that.
yes, he was on that show as
and
well.
I'm
He was
like,
fetched.
But he wasn't saying anything. He didn't speak because it was a short clip. And I'm like,
Yeah,
no.
crazy stuff.
I didn't see that. But also at the same time, go back to the river. You'll get it. You'll get it.
No, but honestly speaking, man, he was the best to come out of our country. His talent was unmatched. He was dope. You know, he gave us the art that we expect from an actor. And there isn't really much to say, you know, apart from obviously what has been said sideways. But he was a dope actor. That's one thing that we can say. And may his soul continue to rest in power.
Absolutely. Zakore, mang orlang social media. Guys, don't you know that when somebody passes, we only say good things?
I want to talk about DJ Speedsta.
Oh, God. Okay. Take it from what Tahi said.
From what Taki said. So, DJ Speedsta is saying everyone is tired about Amapiano. Do we share the same sentiments with him?
To an extent.
And by the way, for context, he's from a hip hop background, right?
Yeah.
So when you share your opinions, think about that.
Oh, no, absolutely. I know that DJ Speedsta is obviously from hip hop. And also at the same time, if we're talking today, Amapiano, yes, it's still relevant, but then we have something else that a lot of people are going crazy over.
Which is?
Le Compo.
But those are some gems.
Wait.
Okay.
Let me go
Cook,
on, right?
cook.
And in as much as DJ Speedsta would say that Amapiano, a lot of people are not feeling it like that, you need to understand that we have a sound that is introduced to people and people are going to love it and they're going to vibe with it. Nobody has stepped out of Amapiano. That's close to impossible. It's like telling everybody, oh, don't listen to house because house is not relevant anymore. We still listen to house music even in clubs, you know? But in the same sense of him saying that, was he trying to hint that hip hop should come back? Because if he wants hip hop to come back, then he should be doing something about that.
Yeah.
I
Hip-hop
guess
is-
that's his way of doing something. I guess that's his way of doing something, saying I'm a huge hip hop fan.
Yeah.
I'm a huge hip hop fan, but I'm not gonna lie and say that's cap, honestly speaking. You can't go to a club till this day without hearing a piano. There is absolutely
And piano
no ways.
is very much international.
You get what I mean? So that's cap, to be quite honest. But I get where he's coming from. You understand that he's from hip hop and he wants hip hop to come back because that's where his bread is at. You understand that? So anything, because hip hop piano is actually the enemy of hip hop.
I never thought
Not
about
for
that.
artists, but mainly for producer. He's a producer.
Yeah.
You understand? It might take a long time for him to get his sound, piano, and all of that. But for artists, it's easy. Joe, the next thing I can just work with a piano producer, and now I'm on piano.
Look at Blackie.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But when it comes to a producer, my bread is going. You understand?
Gigs are drying out.
You get what I mean? So now I have to fight. And part of the fighting can even result into that happening. Me saying, that is whack. Because I remember myself before I started listening to a piano, it was a thing of lo music uswaki boy. Swak lo music. Why? Batin, but endishini kenzakalani? Ekishini ekezele endishini ukoko kwenzakalani? You know, I used to be that type of guy because of I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It was my opinion, you know. And I felt like people are gonna get tired of that. But how many years later is it now?
Going crazy.
still
International.
relevant,
What sound were
yeah.
you doing before piano?
Hip-hop.
Hip hop.
Big time.
Ah, okay, right. Okay.
And this was my producer, by the way.
Yeah, sure. Big shout out. What's your take on this, brother? Is piano fading, or what's really happening? Before I share my opinion.
Yeah, I don't. Here's the problem I see in a piano. It's my opinion. Ne? A piano doesn't brand the artist very well. You know, we end up knowing Ikulo more than the artist. Asna international superstar piano. You get what I mean? The music videos are not international level and you know quality. You know, the artists are not branded in a way where if we take them internationally, they can recognize and say, this is a superstar. You get what I mean? Sisasena lento yobukasi yangithola. So the sound is what's recognized, but the artists and the people behind the sound, asibazi. You know, sometimes says we go look okay, and then bathi lenzwa ubani, and then mumbona lo muntu ubani lo.
Yeah.
You know, asena ma celebrity, to be quite honest. Like mongabheka ma celebrity wethu. Chris Brown ufikile la ngithola, and then how? But okay, who you gonna hang out with?
Because who is there?
No opinion yami yabo.
True.
Bakafika bathi okay mfethu simbekele line kanje uthi okay. Khetha ukuthi hang out nobani. Yabo babonisa izinto zabo. I think abo Casper are a better option. Yangithola based on branding. Yangithola mbona ukuthi okay sharp. Brand wise top. Piano artists they miss it mefika lapha. Abo maphorisa they pushing but I'm a producer.
I guess Mapurisa said that on an interview. I think it was a Kai FM, I think.
I saw that
He
interview.
mentioned ukuthi there are no managers. Like umuntu vela donsa impintsha yakho rechair yakho ruspan bantu
Family,
like no experience there. You understand? I fit by manager you understand? I just get gigs for me. So I guess that's where lento ukuthi kungabi nama celebrity comes from. You know, it's from people not having like proper managers. They no managers at all.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a conversation that we've had over and over again on this platform. The biggest issue, right? Social media was a blessing to expose us to so much talent within the country, right? But then again, like you said, managing this talent, that's a problem.
Yeah.
And also, I feel like individually people can go out there. You know, if music is a thing, I mean, you just have to do your research. I think that's one thing that a lot of, you know, Amapiano artists are lacking in terms of presenting themselves as proper artists that could take, you know, the genre to the next level. That's the biggest challenge that we have because we are exposed to them. Even on this platform, we see how they behave, right? In terms of wanting to come here. We can literally have someone here after 10 weeks of postponing. And I'm like, look, this platform, it's all about wanting to celebrate you. But then if this is how you are moving, then you are missing the bits and puzzles of, you know, creating a sustainable career. I think that's the biggest challenge that we have generally in South Africa with all the superstars that are popping in, I mean, on social media. But going to Speedsta's point, for me, he's just crazy.
No, he's not.
He's
I
really
agree with
crazy. Amapiano is
Speedsta.
not fading away. And I think if he's going to make such comments, then he can stick to, you know, just buying pies at Pantry. I once bumped into him, Goro's Bank, 4 a.m. buying a
Listen,
pie.
we all go to Pantry. Chill.
But not like a pie.
But still, we go to Pantry. But no, I do agree with him. I mean,
Yeah. You agree with him?
I do.
Amapiano is fading. Is that what he's saying?
Right now.
Nah.
Today.
Nah.
Today. Okay, but no, listen,
Okay.
listen to why I'm saying this. I'm agreeing to what he's saying based off your guys' facts, right? With Amapiano, literally a person can go to studio without like having to prepare extensively. You know, you just get something that people do on a normal daily basis, and then you just go and then you record a song, and then that's it. And then with hip hop, on the other hand, you have to think now, because now you need to be dropping bars. You also need to control the narrative of what your song is going to be about and all of that. But the reason why I'm saying Amapiano for me is fading right now is just a bit quiet because I'm noticing from the clubs that I've attended that hip hop is slowly making a comeback, and a lot of people missed hip hop. But that doesn't mean that if hip hop is coming back, Amapiano and hip hop cannot coexist. They actually can coexist. I can actually see hip hop artists collaborating with Amapiano artists and they create magic. At this point, sure, it's just the battle of which genre is doing better than which. But in hindsight, what we should be looking at is the artists that are carrying each genre. How are they pushing the genre to be what it is? We are just consumers. I'm here at home and I go to a club. The music that I'm being fed, I'm listening to it because I'm consuming that music. Same thing as if I'm watching TV or listening to music on YouTube.
But also, it's also a thing of you would never hear a guy in a yard criticizing a guy ohleli emgugwini. No offense to abantu abahlala emgugwini, but I'm just making an example.
Yeah.
Like, I have nothing to say to you, bro. Speedsta, why is Speedsta funa ukushare my opinion ngeriding at piano? Piano people don't talk about hip hop.
Absolutely.
They're eating. We busy eating. We too busy eating.
Sure.
Do your thing, bro.
Do your thing. That's
You
my
do your
thing.
hip hop, then do your hip hop. Why are you sharing your opinion about what we're doing? We eating here.
I absolutely agree with you because here's the thing, right? Speedsta should focus on, taking hip hop to the next level. And for me, look, you mentioned something very important. All this generation, we have established that South Africa as a country, that is capable of producing the best music in the world, right?
Yeah.
And all these genres can coexist for as long as people are putting in the work. And we can never say Amapiano is dying. Over the years...
Nobody said dying.
Okay, cool.
That's too much.
All right. But over the years, we saw Amapiano, making it to the UK. Right now, Americans are going crazy over Amapiano. So how can we say Amapiano is fading? Because, slowly by surely, it's touching parts of the world. And it's just beautiful for us to see from a distance, people dancing to our creation. And also one thing that we need to consider in everything that is happening, the reason why hip-hop didn't thrive much in the country is because lyrically, it was fiction for me. Amapiano guys are telling their true stories. I mean, with hip-hop, you can hear boys, bums, bottles, but then there's someone who's going to say, from an Amapiano perspective, by the way, I grew up in a shack and all I'm doing at this point in time is, elevating my family. There's the next person who can relate to that, which then that's how the music goes viral compared to bottles, girls.
But then
Fuck.
you're putting
This
it
and
as the mass majority and hip hop is all about bottles. It depends.
Hip hop has always been like that. Tell me a hip hop
Commercial
artist.
hip hop is like that.
Exactly.
Commercial, cool. If you
Yeah.
put it like that, because I know with the hip hop that I listen to,
Yeah.
I can safely say, there's this guy who's on Generations and he also has a podcast. He raps on his podcast.
Twizer. Is it Twizer?
Twizer, yeah.
Yeah, he's dope.
I can relate to him,
Generation boy.
and
Utwizer.
What's a generation?
Awazi Utwizer. Ngiyayazi generation. Uthini manje? Who doesn't know generation?
What's a my actor generation?
Yeah.
Oh, we
But
have
here's a
generation.
dope.
What's generation? When was the legacy?
Ide legacy in.
Ile where's
the
When
reason
was it
why-
up?
Yeah, the
Uthile
reason
ngiyazi.
And it was twice.
Hey man, Utwizer uqale phi? Utwizer was on generations and
Yeah,
When?
so we
Yeah,
had like the
before
old,
Legacy.
we had the old generations, and
Yeah.
then we had generations the legacy. So he was on the legacy.
Wasn't Twizer kule
He's on
Yaga
the legacy.
Cosmo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Plato and
he's on the
Lucy
legacy now.
at some point.
or yide legacy yaka
The
Cosmo.
legacy.
that's the
yeah,
legacy.
Right now, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn,
he's
looking
well
back.
informed.
Yeah. Yes.
He's dope though. He's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, he's dope. He's dope.
I know he's
Yeah,
dope. He's dope.
Yeah.
In closing, Bafetu, future plans. Where you at in terms of your business? I know that your brand is doing absolutely amazing. Music as well, entrepreneurship. You guys are doing events. So, what's happening in that world?
Oh, there's a lot coming. There's a lot coming. As you've already mentioned, we're doing events. We're doing networking events. So we like surrounding ourselves with people that are actually pushing.
Yeah.
Earlier on, you spoke about us moving to Sandton.
Yeah.
That move was mainly for that,
Sure.
I'm not saying people in other areas are not pushing, but we want people that we want to be surrounded by people that are pushing at a high level.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So that was a chess move right there. because we're trying to get ourselves in those type of spaces. And we're not going to limit ourselves in terms of like what's going to happen in the future. You know, anything that makes sense to us, like I've already mentioned, we're creative entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So anything that makes sense that is business related, come through.
Big shout out,
What
big
what
shout out.
I'm sure about is that we can bring value to any business that aligns with who we are and, you know, what we believe in. Yeah, we can definitely bring value because it's what we do, man.
Let
Being
people see the
creative.
t-shirt. Let people see the
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
t-shirt.
Nah, they need to see it. They need to see
Yeah.
it. Big shout out one time. Big shout out
brilliant.
one time.
Brilliant.
But do you see you guys dating models? You guys are not talking about models, guys. And girls are beautiful in the
Should
country.
we bring the pictures back on screen?
Dating models is crazy.
Hey, models are hot though.
But the problem with them is
There's no problem. They're hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna live it
me,
there.
I do have a problem with the problem with dating models. I mean, I own a brand, man. I use models for my brand. So mang ba date manje, then who am I gonna use for my brand? You get what I mean?
I'm gonna use and use.
Just helping yourself, Chief.
Models are hot.
Models are fire,
Yeah,
yeah,
no. Yeah.
I hope you heard that. Models are hot, so go to the gym, kid.
We'll save this topic for the next
episode.
All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, this is how we wrap up this show. Remember to hit that like button and share the channel. We're doing absolutely great, and it's all thanks to you. Let's do this again, same time, same place next week. We are out of the house.
Tango.